Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. My name's Stephanie if you're new here, and today we're going to be looking at Painted Polish's first collection of the year, Wine in the New Year. So I am a little bit late to sharing this collection, but I think this vampy lineup of wine-inspired shades is perfect for the month of February. So let's just get into the swatches. So we're kicking off this collection with the shade 2023, a wine-colored linear hollow base with crushed gold flakies and a scattering of ultra holographic glitters for extra sparkle. So the formula on this one is so amazingly smooth. It's very opaque and full coverage on the first coat, and oh my god, the payoff of all of those flakies and glitters is just out of this world. The base has this beautiful shift between the linear hollow and this subtle gold shimmer, which I think is so pretty on its own, but I really do love the added scattered hollow glitters and gold flakies. I know it sounds like there's a lot going on in this polish, but it just works so well, and it's not really overcrowded like some other indie polishes can be. So I'm showing it here in 2 coats to give it a little bit more depth, and yeah, it is safe to say that this is definitely one of my favorites from this collection. Next up we have Stamped in Grape, which is a 1-coat wine-colored cream with red undertones. So Lexi has this series of stamped in polishes that are such great 1-coaters that also double as stamping polishes, as the name suggests. So this one is such a dream to apply. It gave me full opacity in just 1 coat, and her brushes are seriously so perfect to hug your cuticle so you don't have to fuss with your application. The only kind of gripe that I have is that I feel like the photos on the website look a little bit more cool tone than it actually is. The next shade is Matte About Malbec, which features crushed metallic gold flakes in a boysenberry crelly base that dries down matte. So the base in this shade is more on the crelly side, where you can see its translucence a little bit here on the first coat, which again will help those gold flakies really shine through and not get lost or buried under the base. So as I mentioned, this one does dry down matte, but I would call it more of a satin finish where there's still a bit of shine to it, as you can kind of see here. So matte polishes tend to chip faster, so I definitely would suggest wearing a quick dry top coat, even if you do go over that with a matte top coat afterwards, just to prolong the life of your mani. But yeah, I think this one feels like such a sister polish to the first shade, 2023, where it's honestly just missing the hollow. So if you thought there was too much going on in 2023, I think this shade is such a great alternative. And here it is again, fully dried down to kind of have that matte but satiny look, so you'll have to let me know if you would prefer wearing this with a matte top coat or a glossy one. Next we have Wine O'Clock, which features a champagne holographic micro glitter mix in a boysenberry crelly base. This is one of my favorite finishes from Painted Polish. It just has such a beautiful and delicate sparkle. Like the last polish, the base in this one is more on the crelly side, which really allows that holographic micro glitter to shine through. And since it is a micro glitter, it is going to dry down a little bit gritty, but not be super difficult to remove. Actually, I don't know, it might be. I'm really not the best person to ask about wear time since I change my manicures so often, but I know for sure it wouldn't be as annoying as a more chunky glitter mix, for example. So anyway, here it is built up in 2 coats, and I just love that champagne micro glitter. It just gives it such a beautiful touch of elegance to this polish. I just love how it captures the light. I feel like it kind of creates this little twinkling effect. And last but certainly not least, we have On Cloud Wine, which features a variety of holographic micro glitters in a vampy wine-colored jelly base. This one immediately caught my eye, and I'm calling it now. You're gonna see this months from now in my fall favorites for 2023 video. So even though I'm super into all of the bright colors right now, especially for Valentine's Day and the upcoming spring collections that we're seeing, there is just something so alluring about this deep plum wine shade. Which, speaking of plum wine, let me know if you've had it because I love it. It is so delicious. But anyway, this has a slightly larger micro glitter than the last shade, but it's still very similar otherwise when it comes to the formula. It's just so smooth to apply, and the deep color gives me nearly full coverage on the first coat, but I still did 2 just to even things out. And yeah, I am absolutely in love with this shade. It is for sure another one of my favorites from this collection. So that wraps up my swatches for Painted Polish's Wine in the New Year collection. As always, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on these shades, whether you're a wine drinker or not, because I wouldn't really consider myself one. Like, we'll get a bottle of wine here and there to enjoy with dinner, but it's really not my drink of choice. I'm more of like a sweeter cocktail, like mixed drink kind of girl. I really love a whiskey iced tea, for example. So either way, for what these are, I absolutely love them. Lexi has done these color curated collections before, and I just think they're so fun to basically have the same shade but in slightly different finishes. And this one is definitely one of my favorite ones that she's done so far. It is just so beautiful. I really think it's such a great alternative as well if you're not into the cutesy light pinks for Valentine's Day. This is just such a nice, like, moody kind of alternative for the month of February, but I'm definitely gonna be loving on these later in the year, and I'm just so excited for that. So yeah, again, let me know any and all thoughts that you have down below so we can chat about it. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.